Welcome to Animated Bible Stories for Growing Alive in Jesus. Let's grow together in faith. Imagine walking back to a place you once ran away from, a place filled with painful memories, mistakes you cannot undo, and someone you're afraid to face. That is exactly where Jacob found himself. After many years away, Jacob was finally heading home. He had a big family now, and for the first time in a long while, life felt peaceful. God had helped him make things right with his uncle Laban. But as Jacob got closer to home, that peace began to fade, because waiting somewhere ahead was his brother Esau, and the last time Jacob saw him, Esau wanted him dead. Jacob could not stop thinking about the past. He had lied. He had tricked his father. He had stolen his brother's blessing. What if Esau still hates me, he wondered. What if he is still angry? Fear tightened in his chest, but then something incredible happened. Jacob looked up and saw angels. Not just one or two, but a whole army of shining angels. They surrounded him, in front of him, behind him, and all around his family. In that moment, Jacob realized something powerful. God had never left him. This is God's camp, Jacob said in awe. Even in his fear, God was protecting him. Still, Jacob knew he had to face his brother, so he decided to take a step toward peace. He sent messengers ahead with a humble message. "Tell Esau I come in peace, I am your servant." But when the messengers returned, their news made Jacob's heart pound. Esau was coming, with 400 men. That did not sound like a friendly reunion. Jacob was terrified, so he did what he knew he needed to do. He prayed. He gave all his fear to God. Then he tried to make things right. He gathered hundreds of animals, goats, sheep, camels, cows, and donkeys, and sent them ahead as gifts for Esau. It was his way of saying, "I'm sorry." That night, Jacob was alone in the dark, afraid, guilty. And then suddenly someone grabbed him. A mysterious stranger began to wrestle with him. Jacob fought back with everything he had. For hours they struggled in the darkness. Then, just before sunrise, the stranger touched Jacob's hip. Instantly it was injured. That is when Jacob realized this was no ordinary man. This was God. And instead of letting go, Jacob held on tighter. "I will not let you go unless you bless me," he said. And God did bless him. He gave Jacob a new name, Israel, a new identity, a new beginning. The next morning, Jacob saw Esau approaching. Dust rose in the distance. The 400 men were coming. But something had changed. Jacob was not afraid anymore. He had given his fear to God. Now he was filled with peace. Even though he was limping, he walked forward bravely. Step by step, he approached his brother and bowed low to the ground. His family watched, holding their breath. What would Esau do? Would he attack? Would he turn away? Instead, Esau ran toward Jacob. He threw his arms around him. He hugged him, he kissed him, and both brothers began to cry. After 20 years of pain, there was forgiveness. What an incredible moment! The anger was gone, the past was forgiven. Peace had finally come. Jacob's prayers were answered, not just with safety, but with a restored relationship. This story reminds us of something powerful. We all make mistakes. We all carry guilt or fear at times. But when we bring those things to God, He gives us peace. And when we take steps to make things right with others, with humility, honesty, and kindness, He can heal even the most broken relationships. Jacob left home years ago filled with fear and regret, but he returned changed, forgiven, at peace. And sometimes, that is the greatest miracle of all. Thanks for watching. If this blessed you, please subscribe and like to help these stories reach more people with God's love.